I'm still on the plugin's user registration configuration page. Just before, I have added a new rule in the section for roles and access to dynamically assign a WordPress role to users that are a member of a specific Azure AD group. Now the question is, how shall WPO 365 update existing users? If you scroll down, then you see that you can select a user role update scenario. And here you can choose from three options. You can select that the WordPress role that results from the mapping that you previously defined will be added to the WordPress role collection of a user. So when the user signs in, and the user is, let's say, a subscriber, and you defined that this user will also be a contributor if he's a member of a specific group, and this applies to this user, then after the user signed in, this user will have two WordPress roles. He will be a subscriber and he will be a contributor. If I would select replace, then WPO 365 will first remove all the roles from the user, and then it will add the roles that result from the mapping. But what if no roles result from the mapping? Well, in that case, WPO 365 will assign the default role. If you scroll back up a little bit, you'll see that you can configure a default role, and for this tutorial I have selected the subscriber role as the default role. If I go back to where we were, then I can see that at the moment the default role will only be assigned to users as a fallback. And as a fallback means when no other role is assigned to this user. If I would uncheck this option, then WPO 365 will always assign the default role to the user, plus it will assign any role that results from the mapping. Last but not least, there is an option that you can check that would configure WPO 365 to also update administrator accounts. Use this option with care, definitely if you are the administrator, because if you selected the replace scenario, whereby all roles will be removed, and you did not specify a mapping that would give you back the administrator role, you will end up in a situation where you are no longer administrator of your own website anymore. And now I'm ready for the final step to test my configuration.